Sue. Thank you so much for coming and talking to me today for my project. So my project's just on a subject in uni, and it's exploring communication in different professional roles. And so you're a nurse?
Yes, yeah.
And how long have you been a nurse for?
About 30 years in total. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, today I was hoping to talk about specifically communication and the skills that you think are most important with communication when you're a nurse.
Yeah, communication's really important skill in nursing. You communicate with people all the time, most importantly with your patients, but also with other nurses and doctors and other health professionals.
So do you think that there's maybe different skills required for those different interactions? Maybe some with your patients, some with your fellow nurses, and then some with the doctors?
Absolutely. The way you communicate with your patients is obviously going to be different to the way you communicate with the other members of staff. The most important with the patients is to always make them feel at ease and make them feel comfortable. That's a vital role in being a nurse. A lot of patients are still often intimidated a bit by the medical staff, the doctors. So as a nurse, it's really helpful for the patients if you can be there with them while the doctor's communicating with them.
So what do you think is a good communication skill you have that will make these patients feel at ease and make them feel comfortable?
It's a lot of different things. There's non-verbal communication skills, which can be very important. You know, if you've got an older patient who might be very anxious, it's really important that you're smiling at them and that you have a nice, open, friendly attitude, which you seem to have.
Like body language.
Body language, exactly. Yeah, that's very important. That you're, seem like a nice, friendly person when you meet them. Being able to talk to them in a way that they can understand. They often get a bit bamboozled by lots of medical terms, so it's really important that you can explain things to them in a simpler way.
So that's using different languages depending on the context that you're in?
Yes, you wouldn't use certain medical terms to a patient because they might not, some patients would understand them, but some older patients may not understand those terms. Have
you ever been in a situation where that kind of a miscommunication has happened with your patients and yourself?
Yes, yeah, it can happen where, especially when maybe a doctor's come to explain something to the patient, they might go a bit too quickly and the patient hasn't had a chance to, ask the doctor the questions properly, and they've maybe got the wrong end of the stick of what the doctor's trying to tell them, and it's really helpful to be able to clarify those things with the patient.
Interesting. So what do you think is the most important skill?
Well, in communication?
Yes.
Just being an open, caring person is really important. Have plenty of time for the patients. Try not to feel like you're rushing away from them when they might want to talk to you about something. Giving them the opportunity to ask you questions at any time you think's relevant. Just being kind with them and taking that bit of extra time. So
that's all contributes to building the rapport with the patient, which is what we're learning about at the moment. So you think that's a great way to build a therapeutic relationship and form a bond with your patient, which will be most beneficial to them.
It's very important. I mean, you know yourself probably when you meet someone, if they're kind and friendly to you, it's much easier to warm to them, and so it's very important that you do that with your patients.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to me today, Sue. You've been such a great help.
Oh, that's a pleasure. Good luck with your career in nursing.